doing, mommy?
I'm good, I'm good. We're great. We're blessed and we're happy to be here today to support you always in all of the beautiful things that you are doing. Thank you for having us.
Word on the street is that Jennifer Lopez and Ashton Kutcher weren't just bystanders. They were running the whole operation. And here's where it gets even juicier. The FBI supposedly uncovered some seriously incriminating videos of both of them during their raid on Diddy's house. But wait, there's more. Rumors are swirling that one of them might have witnessed Diddy assaulting someone and not only stayed quiet but helped cover it up. I'm still in shock. This story is absolutely mind-blowing, so grab your popcorn because we're just getting started.
You guys get out of control sometimes.
Do you have any comments about P. Diddy, the allegations?
Go back up, look, don't lean, don't lean. Just don't lean. Be nice, just fine.
Let me tell you something that these past few months have made crystal clear. Celebrities will act like complete strangers the moment one of their own gets into hot water. But thank heavens for the internet because receipts last forever. While these A-listers are desperately trying to distance themselves from Diddy, the evidence is right there for everyone to see. We're talking endless photos, videos, and red carpet moments that paint a very different picture. There's literally an infinite archive online showing them partying, posing, and getting cozy with him over the years. They can try to rewrite history all they want, but honey, those images aren't going anywhere. You know what absolutely fascinates me? For what feels like forever, Diddy wasn't just a party host. He was the party king of Hollywood. His legendary events weren't your average celebrity gatherings. They were cultural phenomena that defined an entire era. Every single A-lister, B-lister, and wannabe star was practically on their knees begging for an invitation. These weren't just parties. They were moments that would be splashed across every magazine cover, social media platform, and gossip column imaginable. The glitz, the glamour, the excess. It was everything Hollywood promised to be. But now, oh honey, now the story's completely different. With these serious allegations and legal troubles piling up around Diddy like designer luggage, suddenly all these same celebrities have developed the most convenient case of amnesia I've ever seen. It's actually hilarious, in a tragic sort of way, watching people who were practically living at his gatherings now pretending they wouldn't even recognize him if he walked past them on Rodeo Drive. I mean, seriously? This is the most classic Hollywood move in the playbook. When things get too hot, just pretend you were never anywhere near the kitchen. And speaking of selective memory, let me spill some serious tea about Ashton and Jennifer Lopez, who've been working overtime to erase their Diddy connections from existence. But here's where it gets really juicy. Both of them weren't just casual acquaintances, they were actually present during some of these alleged incidents. Let's dive into Jenny from the block first, shall we? We all know about her complicated back-and-forth relationship with Diddy. It was practically tabloid gold back in the day. But people have always wondered if she knew what was really going on behind those velvet ropes. Well, darling, recently uncovered photos might just hold some earth-shattering answers. These images are from a particularly disturbing night in New York back in 2000, and let me tell you, they paint a very different picture than the one Miss Lopez has been trying to sell us. These photos show Jennifer right there with Diddy on the very night when he and two other celebrities allegedly assaulted someone who was just, and I can barely say this without getting emotional, 13 years old. The photos are absolutely chilling, and I mean that in the worst possible way. There's Diddy looking casual as can be in a white t-shirt and baseball cap standing uncomfortably close to Jenny. His hand is placed against the wall behind her in that classic power play pose we've all seen too many times. They're caught in what looks like an intense, heated conversation, and trust me, they weren't discussing their favorite recipes. He's clutching a champagne bottle like it's his lifeline. And the tension between them is so thick you could cut it with a diamond-encrusted knife. Just moments before this heated exchange, Jennifer had been spotted with her sister Linda Lopez, perched like royalty on an elevated platform, watching over the party while Diddy played the perfect host, pouring drinks for his guests like some twisted version of Great Gatsby. But let me tell you, what allegedly happened next makes Gatsby's parties look like a kindergarten playdate. Now brace yourselves, because this is where the story takes an even darker turn that'll make your skin crawl. That same night, Diddy and Jay-Z are accused of assaulting a Jane Doe who was just 13. Yes, you heard that right. While another female celebrity allegedly watched the whole thing happen. The details of this story are absolutely heartbreaking and I mean truly devastating. This innocent young girl had been turned away from the VMAs at Radio City Music Hall because she didn't have a ticket, something that should have been the worst part of her night but sadly wasn't. Looking for a way into the after-party because, let's be honest, what teenager wouldn't want to be part of that glamorous world? She ended up talking to some limo drivers outside. One driver, claiming to work for Diddy, told her something that makes my blood run cold every time I think about it. He said she'd definitely get in because she was young and Diddy's type. I literally get chills every time I read those words. And not the good kind. What happened next is the stuff of nightmares, honestly. After being driven to the party, this young girl was handed an NDA to sign, but conveniently never given a copy. How convenient, right? Inside this party, which should have been a dream come true, she saw countless celebrities, including Jennifer Lopez and Jay-Z. Though they weren't specifically named in the lawsuit, the party was apparently awash with drugs, because of course it was, and someone gave her a suspicious reddish-yellow drink that tasted like orange juice, cranberry juice, and something bitter. After just one drink, this poor child started feeling woozy and lightheaded. Looking for somewhere to escape what must have been an overwhelming situation, she found what she thought was an empty bedroom. That's when Diddy allegedly entered with two other celebrities, Jay-Z and another female celeb whose identity has been the subject of endless speculation. Diddy reportedly approached her aggressively, asking if she was ready to party, words that make my stomach turn just typing them. What allegedly happened next was absolutely horrific, with Diddy and Jay-Z being the main aggressors while the female celebrity just stood there and watched. Now, while Jennifer Lopez isn't explicitly named as the female celebrity present during the assault, her presence that night and that heated exchange with Diddy have raised some serious questions that deserve answers. And honestly, this isn't the first time her name has come up in connection with Diddy's controversial incidents. As this lawsuit moves forward, people are demanding answers from everyone who was there that night, especially from Jennifer Lopez. These resurfaced rumors have everyone questioning everything about her relationship with Diddy and what she might have known or seen during their time together. But hold on to your designer hats, because the Ashton Kutcher connection is even more twisted than you could imagine. Their unlikely friendship started during Ashton's MTV Punk'd days, and the story of how it began is absolutely wild. Ashton had planned to prank Diddy. Imagine having that kind of courage. But before he could even set the wheels in motion, he got this ominous call from Diddy himself. And let me tell you, it wasn't your typical pretty please don't do this conversation. It was a straight-up warning that would make a mafia don proud. You'd think that kind of threatening phone call would have sent Ashton running for the hills, right? Wrong. Instead, it somehow became the beginning of this bizarre, years-long friendship that had everyone in Hollywood scratching their heads. They became absolutely inseparable, like joined at the designer hip inseparable. Red carpets, talk shows, major industry events. Wherever one went, the other was sure to follow. Their bromance was the talk of Tinseltown, and Ashton became a regular fixture at Diddy's infamous white parties. And honey, let me tell you about these parties. They weren't just parties, they were events with a capital E. These legendary gatherings were where Hollywood's elite would let loose and allegedly engage in behavior that people are still whispering about in dark corners of Beverly Hills to this day. Ashton couldn't stop raving about these parties, gushing about them like they were the eighth wonder of the world. He called them absolute must-attend events, the kind of parties that could make or break careers. But here's where it gets really interesting. In a 2019 Hot Ones interview, our boy Ashton suddenly got all weird and tight-lipped when Diddy's parties came up. This was totally out of character because back in 2006, Ashton had credited his friendship with Diddy for influencing his decision to join the cast of Guess Who. He'd said something really profound about how their friendship had opened his eyes to uncomfortable social realities. He even pointed out how people couldn't understand why an Iowa farm kid was hanging out with a hip-hop mogul from New York. But now? Oh honey, now Ashton's doing everything short of hiring skywriters to distance himself from Diddy. And get this juicy little tidbit, his wife Mila Kunis has reportedly put her foot down and banned him from having any contact with Diddy whatsoever. Though honestly, after what happened the last time Ashton supported a celebrity friend accused of serious crimes, this isn't exactly shocking news. So what's really going on here? Why are Jenny and Ashton suddenly acting like they wouldn't recognize Diddy if he jumped up and down in front of them wearing a neon sign? Could it be that he has something on both of them that's making them stay suspiciously quiet? Are they afraid of what might come out if they speak up? Drop your thoughts in the comments because trust me, we're just getting started exposing all the celebrities involved with Diddy. This story is far from over, and something tells me we've only scratched the surface of what's really been going on in Hollywood's darkest corners.